Hi guys, my name is Tatenda Ocean, the host for Grind and Ghost, where we interview industry professionals. And today we're here with my new best friend Joe,
Yo.
and he is a sound engineer. And we're just gonna be asking him some questions. I'm calling him my best friend. We literally met today, but best friends already. We're gonna have a conversation. You guys are gonna witness it. We're gonna find out more about the studio, the history that's been made, find out more about Joe because this interview is about Joe and we can't forget about that. So we're going to find out about his journey, why he was so interested in engineering and how he is where he is today, which is a great place. So
Yeah, incredible place. Yeah.
yeah,
No, great.
Just you can relax. I'm going to relax because I feel like they just pretend like before that the camera's not there and carry on talking anyway.
Gotcha.
Now I can ask you all the questions I actually wanted to ask you that I stopped before.
Sick.
So, how did you start working here?
Well, for the longest time, I've been into music from more of a sort of classical background, which is more of a playing background and
Interesting,
classical. Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
that is interesting.
but it was sort of, I've been playing since I can remember, so like used to sing in choirs when I was like 5 and 6 and stuff.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up in West Country, so I'm
West
like
Coventry?
West Country.
West Country.
So
That?
I'm a Wiltshire boy.
Wiltshire.
Yeah, so near Bath.
What area? What's?
So you know where Bristol is?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay. So it's near. It's like another city that's near Bristol,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm like grew up in villages. But I got really really lucky in that the school that I went to was connected to the county music centre.
Okay.
So
So you've always been interested in music.
I've always been like as far as I can remember, been playing music, and
Did you play any
like,
instruments?
I did. I went down. So I went down the classical route. I started off on like pop drums, started off as a drum kit player, and then went down classical playing like tuned percussion,
Do you have any videos
timpani.
doing this? Because that would be actually good.
Not on me,
Oh,
but there's a video.
you
There
should
is
send it through to Ayo.
yeah. There's
sure
a
you do
video of
that.
me at like 9 or 10 or whatever playing for like this. They were walking the Olympic flame through the town, and we did like
2012.
a little gig thing, and
It was in
yeah.
Stratford.
Oh shit, yeah, mad.
Yeah.
Oh damn,
Oh, that's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Oh,
But it's
that
like
is
that.
good. That's how did you get to how did you get to Stratford? Did they even want to chime?
Oh no,
you
no,
know?
this was back home. This was back hometown. This
Oh,
is yeah,
okay.
yeah. But it was so all of that playing got me interested in like all the gigs that we started playing started getting recorded, and that got me interested in the mics that they were putting up to record these
And sorry, I
orchestras.
missed what instrument was you playing?
This was when I was playing like classical percussion and
Ooh.
timpani and like
So,
marimba and stuff.
like
Yeah.
a tambourine.
No, extension of tambourine. Yeah.
Oh, so
I was,
I just don't know what the instrument is. That's why you're
you know
hesitant
those
to
you
say
know
what
those
it
big
is.
like the big drums,
Is
the
it like?
timpani drums.
Do you know what I'm imagining in my head? It's like. Do you know
Oh,
what I'm talking about? Was you
what
guys
the
like,
big bass drum that you're
yeah,
playing?
it was
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
you. Or what was you playing?
I was so like percussion, especially at that age, is like kind of everything. So you're sort of
Yeah.
learning everything and building up. But that's so the when I was playing in those orchestras, I was really lucky that what we were doing was getting to a level of we were basically county level sort of playing.
Yeah.
Um,
So I'm just hearing that you guys were just the best classical music team.
not
Sounding like
just for like
well,
for
a
like
great
14-year-olds.
level. Yeah,
At the,
it was really nice.
it was great fun because
Yeah.
it was like it was taking up it made music sort of so important to me, and it gave me such an outlet for being able to like play and do something with whilst I was young, especially
That's
being in
really
like a small
good.
little village. Like you don't have too many mates around you because your school's in
Yeah.
another village, and so being able to spend like what was for so every Tuesday and Thursday, I think it was, we were spending like 5 hours after school playing with people that all cared about the same music, all playing as a team, and it like that's what. So doing that from the age of like 10 all the way to 16, and younger as well, but doing that every single week for so many years as a young kid was what really drove home, like, this is, like, music is life, really, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I spent more time doing that than I was doing school, you know. Like,
Yeah.
it was.
Do you
Yeah.
think your school pushed like music
Yeah.
on, like it gave you the opportunity to explore like your?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really good. Like for a
Yeah.
village, what's the school called?
So this was a school called St Lawrence. So it's in a small little town called Bradford Navan in Wiltshire, which was, yeah, it, without giving too much of a shout out to that, because it was the county stuff was connected to, it was West Wiltshire young musicians was
Yeah.
the stuff I was being a part of, and it was the fact that I had the facilities there and I had the people going, you're good at this, like, do this, and like people there just encouraging.
So what did you do? So how old were you in that school? That's secondary school.
That's secondary school, yeah.
Okay.
Well, if, primary school was in the same town, so I was doing
And you were still doing
yeah,
performing
yeah,
the whole time,
yeah.
primary school, secondary school.
As much as I could. Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So how, I feel like I said that's really good, but it's like I feel like a proud mum. You know? And it's like you stuck through it and look at, like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
just trying to see how you came from classical music and obviously now Afrobeats. We're gonna get there. We'll see the journey.
So,
But
this is the fact that we were doing these county stuff is that we started having people filming the gigs. We had people coming in with all the mics and stuff. So I being the percussionist in these orchestras and stuff, we were always there earlier setting up, and then suddenly seeing like all these guys come in with a shit ton of recording gear. And I don't know if I can swear on this, but
you can.
Can't.
You can.
Yeah, seeing all these guys come in with a ton of recording gear and all these mics, and then they're putting it up in front of us, and hearing them take, like, you know, seeing the videos that come out the other end of it, and hearing the results of all these recordings, just gave me a massive fascination for recording stuff within a large space. So I originally went down, like, so I was also lucky that the school that I was working at was right on this site that we were playing in, this massive like auditorium, and they had a recording studio there. So whilst I was doing my GCSEs and stuff, like, it was a tiny little box room with like one interface and
Yeah.
some shitty speakers, but it's enough to go like, cool, this little 12-year-old that's now building this like fascination with mics.
Yeah.
And having a lecturer there, well, having a teacher there. It's a state school as well, which is mad.
Yeah.
But
you know, the way it sounds like you really stuck to your talents, and like even I feel like if my mom or dad was listening to like someone that you speak and how you stuck with it, I'm the type of person that bought like a piano after a week. You know,
yeah.
but like it's the whole engineering and stuff. You stuck, like, why we like playing with mics at 12, like instead of singing, you was caring about the technical element, which is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I think it's a stubbornness more than like a perseverance, to be
What was
honest.
your favourite subject in school?
Always music. Everything. Like, I
What did you get in music?
didn't get a good grade in music.
It doesn't matter.
No.
Clearly. you know?
GCSE music was not the right thing for me. It was when I was, this whole fascination with mics and being able to being pushed into this and to be able to explore like recording and stuff from such a young age was the thing that made me realize that like I don't know, like GCSEs sort of always, for me, they focused on an area of music that didn't click so well with me. Despite being a classical background, like the theory stuff doesn't come to me so naturally.
Yeah.
But it was still a passion subject, you know. So I realised that if I went off on the college route and I went then I could.
Oh, so
go.
you didn't even go college?
No, I did. Yeah.
I was thinking that's really smart though. Okay.
I went off for college.
Where did you stay Did you stay in the village?
No, so this is another like
It was outside.
privileged position
Okay,
of
yeah.
my parents let me move out when I was 16 to go
Yeah.
off to because I knew I wanted to. Basically, I had a bunch of people that
So they
were
supported you
supporting
there.
me,
That's
and
good.
like
That's what you need.
which is which I'm aware of the privileged position that that puts me in. But it's a great, so my parents let me move out. They let me go off to do this college course, which I picked out myself because I knew that it was a difficult industry to get into. And this, bear in mind, this was when I was like 16. I have no idea how I managed to have this mindset when I was that young, but I knew that I wanted to get into the industry, and I knew I wanted to get in quick because of how quick technology changes. It's like, you know, if you start off on this long, if you're thinking college and university, if you start off on this like 5-year journey, then by the time you start to then finish, the entire the sort of way that recording works and stuff could have completely drastically changed in that 5-year period.
Do you know what's interesting? I always was thought with like creative things. It's like you don't need to go college or like university really. Like, say if I want to be a producer, let's be real, it doesn't actually, by that age, there's people that are 15 that are doing it in their bedroom.
Oh,
like, you
yeah,
can just do it. I feel like doing it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I guess for sound engineering, did you feel like you needed to learn more about it to become better at what you do? Or did you learn more from experience and actually doing it hands-on?
I'll be honest, both my college course and my degree sort of teaches the fundamentals. And then as soon as you get into a position where you're working with clients, whether that's in a big studio or a small, or working at home in your bedroom, you know, then you're sort of, what you're taught doesn't go out the window as such. It just sets you up for the basics of just being able to solve stuff quickly. But the actual learning point, the actual practical knowledge comes from experience.
So what did you study in uni?
I studied music production.
Where?
ACM.
Where's that?
I went to the Guildford campus.
What? ACM? What's
Academy
that
of Contemporary Music.
Oh, was that university?
So I did the college course and the university. This is what the thing
was it like
with
a degree internship or something?
Finished on a degree. So I did a college course so I did they offered this accelerated course, which is why I moved away from the village I was living in to go there, because it meant that I could do my college course in 1 year and my degree in 2 years.
It's so funny when you say village, because every time you say village, I just think of like the village.
Oh, right.
But I know exactly what you mean by villages, kind of like places in Devon, like the villages and that. Yeah, but it's completely different villages. But yeah, it's a nice village. Like, village is good, but it's a quiet, not like London, but yeah.
No, it was.
What brought you to London? That's probably
like the idea of. Well, in fairness, it was whilst I was studying my final year at uni, so this I managed to land an internship here through the uni, which was wicked. But there were about 30 of us doing, like, in rotation doing this.
And where was
internship.
this uni located?
This was in Guildford, so Surrey.
Guildford, Surrey. Oh, London.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So whilst I was studying and like doing dissertation stuff, I was also working for another company doing like location sound and
okay,
things.
so you just made sure that everything you've done, it seems like, is all surrounding what you're doing today.
Yeah.
What do you feel like for someone watching that wants to be a sound engineer in such a nice place as well? What do you think they should do? Because it's not necessarily about the place though. You could literally just...
No, this is the thing. It's like, I've got, so some of my closest friends literally set up their own studio at home, and they're still getting, they're still working with so many really well-known people.
And they're still getting placements.
They're still getting...
We're going to talk about placements later.
This is... Yeah. Like, they're getting high-profile people through. It's the whole big studio thing is so wicked and so awesome to work in, and I'm incredibly privileged to be a part of. But it doesn't need to be... For an engineer point of view, you don't need all that. Like, it's...
Let's highlight something which I feel like people misunderstand a lot. I think, should we highlight like the difference between an engineer and a producer? Because I feel like sometimes people don't know the difference. Because a sound engineer... Wait, I hope I'm not people's. Let me see if I'm not people's first.
Gotcha.
You guys can crop this out if I'm not.
I'm gonna
Sorry.
Twist that, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just if we're in a
It's
point
like I
of like
completely
cropping.
forgot about meant to be doing a show
Engineer
right now.
inside me was dying.
Sound engineer, always on point, attention to detail. So a producer,
Yep.
beats, they compose the beats, make the beat.
Hmm.
Engineer is more like the audio.
Mm.
Is it more like they're more involved in the recording and like the sounds and stuff, and then cleaning up and mixing and mastering it after everything's together?
Yeah, it's an interesting. So yeah, you.
Yeah,
like,
say it right. So, if I'm wrong, just say so.
No, it's such a like a genre, and it's an evolving position anyway.
Yeah.
And it's such a genre specific position, at least from my experience of it. And to clarify, my position here is at Metropolis is an assistant engineer.
Mm.
So, but I'm in the privileged position of now that I get more opportunities to engineer, especially
You
if
keep
that's
saying
how.
privileged position. You deserve this position. Like, you've even explained your story. Like, you do. It's not like you've always had the interest in it. Like, it's fine. Don't feel like just because you had opportunities that maybe other people didn't have to get you where you. It doesn't take away from the fact that you're here today. It's fine.
I appreciate it, because of course.
Because I feel like you feel like you need to put a disclaimer, but it's okay. Like, you're a sound guy. No one. Huh?
I'm like, yeah, no. In all
Yeah,
fairness, like whoever goes down this field, it's hard work, no matter what, no matter what their background.
Most definitely. Do you feel like it was hard for you?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. No, you're fighting against hundreds of other people that want the same job as you, no matter what position you're in. Like even when I was starting off as an intern in here, like.
Did you get paid as an intern?
No, because
Okay.
you're just doing it as well.
That's right.
But like this is the you work your ass off as an intern because, this is a bit of a tangent back to what I was saying
I'm
before,
queen of tangents,
but
it's fine.
it's like when you're in here in a big studio as an intern, and there's a lot of other people kind of trying to get that position as well. There were quite a few people that it kind of shocked me when I was doing this internship and there were other people from the same uni course as me that were in the same position, and some of them were just taking it as kind of like face value, in the sense of there was no promise of a job out of it. No one was expecting a job out of it.
Yeah.
And people were coming in and just going, cool, I'm just going to do this, and like...
Because it's experience, and you're just hoping that the more experience you accumulate, you can get into the position you want to be in.
Oh, yeah. But I am lucky that I just happened to put my everything that I could into
So in the selection of people that was in your internship, how many people got a role?
Well, of the first bunch of interns, that was probably around 15 of us, I think. There were only 2 of us that got a position out at the end of it. And then the internships sort of carried on.
Applications, there must have been so many people applying for it in the first
place.
place.
Yeah, the original applications. Yeah.
And would you say, like, out of the 15 people, was it like a range of people from different backgrounds and different universities, or like no university?
So the internship that I came in on was all from the same university. So they were all from the university I was at. So they were all like colleagues from, part of my...
And this university you're talking about, I've never heard of this university. Like, I wanted to, when you talk about uni, I was like, oh, what you need to do, go, let's see how, like, I feel like I'm more academic, but like I didn't know there was even things that exist. To be fair, I did. But like, I didn't think it was like uni. I feel like it's a specialist school more so.
Yeah, I mean, there's a load of them, like, your BIMs, your...
But that means you need to know from early your step and foot in on what you want to do.
Yeah.
Do you think it plays as a disadvantage for people that do choose to do something else?
No.
Or do you think it's an advantage to just go from a school like that?
No, I mean, there's not at all. I think, even if you're coming in later in life, like, you see people, especially in the engineering position, not necessarily as an artist or, that's a whole different
I
area
I
of
think
thing,
it
which
does
I'm.
play as a disadvantage, you know. Just because it's like, I'm just saying this normally talking to you.
Mm,
Like, just because, you know, when you don't go to, like, say, for example, for myself,
mm,
and, like, presenting, for example, it's such a blase, like, I hope I use that word right. Like, kind of like a creative role is more, it's so hard to get into.
mm,
Like compared to like academic roles, you know what you need to do.
mm,
You need to get the grades. You need to go to the right schools. You need to have the right experience.
mm.
You need to get this in your degree. Then you need to apply for this. It's like a set in stone. But I do
Yeah.
feel like for creative, there is no direct route. But if
No.
you was to do so, you need to know from the get go. Same with being like a footballer or something. You need to know when you're four. Sorry, that's even worse.
I,
But
yeah. No. I see what
do you
you're
get what I'm
saying.
trying to say?
Yeah. For sure. I think having. So I've seen engineers come in sort of later in life and stuff. I think there's a. No matter when you find, like it's such a the music industry in whole and creative industry is, from my experience at least, there's such a like a passion that drives the people that you meet within these industries.
Yeah.
And some people don't find that passion until they're 30 odd, but that doesn't stop some of these people getting in. And like there's people that there's loads of engineers that I've met that are Grammy winning, and they come from a complete different background. Like they come from science backgrounds and
Yeah.
and all this
The
sort of stuff.
Grammys,
Grammys is a different.
they're getting
yeah.
better now, but
Yeah.
it's not my favorite award show. I was to say that. Sorry. I had a good question and it literally escaped my mind, but I'm gonna
sorry,
find. Actually,
sorry,
yeah,
yeah.
I've got it here. You know, social media and stuff. Like, I
Right.
know you don't have socials because I was trying to like get some research in before, and I just wanted it to be a natural conversation,
Gotcha. Yeah.
which I understand because it is better, and I
Oh,
do
yeah.
feel, yeah, it's better. But do you feel like it's ruined the industry a bit, like especially for creatives, because
Mm.
now it's like a numbers game, and like say for certain roles, like and networking as well. If you know more people, you can get into more like rooms and stuff.
Mm.
Like it's easier. Let's just say that people
Yeah.
can come to you. Whereas if you wanted to take the like behind the scenes, like getting way through, it's harder because it's like you need to find people that are trying to access people in that way.
Mm.
And plus, now there's so many people that want to do it as well.
Mm.
It's like, is that, I don't know.
I know it. Yeah. No. I know it. Yeah. I think it's probably. It's. I think there's pros and cons. At least I can only really approach it from working in from an environment of like working in studios. If you know, like I can't really speak for
That's true.
how it's affected like performers or
Yeah.
producers and stuff. I can only really see the benefits from the production point of view because I've seen so
What
many
benefits do you
producers.
see? Do you think someone that has like, say if I wanted to be a sound engineer,
Mm,
like, say if I wanted to be a sound engineer, I'm doing everything in my life to show that I want to do it.
mm,
I've got a studio. I'm trying to do my thing. I'm trying to, like, in the community, get people that I know to use the studio. I'm posting on TikTok. I feel like everyone just feels like they actually have a gun on their head to post on TikTok right now in the creative industry.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's like a big marketing tool right now.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't even ignore it anymore. It's
Yeah.
going to help you. Do you feel like it benefits them more from posting on social media, or do you think they're better off like outside networking?
I can't stress enough how important it is to meet people that you want to work with.
Yeah.
But in terms of building the background of a brand and building, at least from my experience with seeing other assistants that are freelance and myself when I was freelance and all of this sort of just from personal experience, like meeting someone in person, you get a better, I feel like you get a better opportunity to present yourself in a professional way. But seeing people build entire brands off of just digital, like social media and TikTok and stuff, is still possible, and it's another tool. Like you said yourself,
What
it's
do
a
you
marketing
prefer,
tool.
though? Like because you must prefer non-social media because you don't need social media though to do what you're doing because
No.
you're doing it already. But do you feel like if you wasn't in the position you wanted to be in, would you start thinking, do I need to start doing this to get into the rap rooms to show I'm interested in it?
It helped me when I was starting out, for sure. It helped me really, like when I was first working, not connected to a studio, not connected to any previous experience. When I was first getting experience, all the first jobs that I got when I was at uni, and when I'd recently graduated uni, or whilst I was at college and stuff, I got all of those engineering gigs or whatever
When did you graduate,
through.
by the way? Sorry.
But I got all of that through like reaching out to people on Instagram, and I got that through like.
So he does have Instagram. You lied to me.
Yeah.
Instagram. You didn't ask me.
I did. I said, "Can you send socials so I can gather like a?" But then again, I can't lie. It was right. It was right. It was fine later. But to be fair, it's better that I didn't because now I'm actually just asking you questions like I'm just asking it's normal. Like, I don't know. Like I'm just finding out today.
Getting to know each other.
Literally, Joe.
It's a very
I found out your last name from you speaking, saying it on this. Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 24.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like
These two are like kids. I'm 23. I'm taking it. I don't even know how old he is. I'm sorry.
He's old.
Oh, sorry. My bad. I just thought you was the same age. Sorry.
I do feel like the industry has probably aged me to the point of 30 or something.
No, I feel like, to be fair, everyone looks like they could be the same age. And if you guys try to say that we don't, then you guys are lying. But I'm joking. Yeah, that's interesting. But you're young and you're where you want to be. I want to talk about placements. You've accomplished a lot from literally, because I just met you like literally like 30 minutes ago from what we're talking about. And actually, no, as much as being professional, you should work with people that you're comfortable with. So it doesn't feel like you're working. It just feels like you're just having a conversation and stuff. But you still have to be, of course.
Yeah.
But like it should be like calm, casual as well. But in this, like just so it makes you feel more comfortable, but make sure they're professional.
Like the creative industry down to
The tea.
the T. Yeah, it's weird. Like we're creating environments for people to express all of their opinions and all of their emotions. In you know when it's that sort of track, you know, and that's extends to sort of every part of the industry you're encouraging.
Do you have ADHD as well?
Maybe a little bit.
Oh, God. That is...
Maybe a little bit.
Sorry. Sorry. It just helps.
Shit, what did I just do that made that?
From the same block here, you talk the same, innit? You get it, it's how we talk.
Yeah. Even when you said, oh, I swear, I thought, yeah, it's giving that pastor vibes. He's scared, it's okay. Okay? I know if it was another day, you'll be fine. It's all right. I don't judge, neither does God. It's fine. Yeah, I normally swear so much. I'm actually even surprised I didn't.
What?
And I'm not honest. I might not stop. I do. Huh?
Placements.
Yeah, wasn't it cool?
Yep.
Yeah, I can't lie. I want to know anyway. I want to know, what is your... So say if like someone came up to you and they're like, oh, no, this is the best, this is the best scenario. Think about like you've come home.
Yep.
It's Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah. Wait till where it's going, guys.
It's going somewhere.
Getting somewhere.
It's going.
Trust me. Your uncle you haven't seen in a long time
Gotcha.
comes and like, you know, like your parents are having to talk about your sound engineering, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, so what was he done? And then you say, oh.
Shit, this has been a mad year and there's a lot of stuff I can't really talk about. Yeah. But...
Can you talk about it outside the camera though?
I can talk about...
You can tell me after.
Like,
I don't care if I want to know. I still want to know.
There's been so many sort of mad experiences, which is another thing which I am lucky to have been in these rooms, and I'm like, there's been certainly a lot more recently where, you know, obviously like from like the Whiz Kids to the Burna Boy sessions, which is just mad for someone of my generation, because it's just like it's everything.
You are one lucky guy, I'm gonna tell you, because let me tell you, Wizkid and Runaway, they said it calm like that. They're not the, they are the biggest. They're so they are the biggest artists. Listen, even when I had that YouTube assessment, Wizkid is my favorite Afrobeats artist, and I can't like, even though maybe Burna Boy is slightly surpassing him, that's just weird, but because of like from. It's been a decade. Like since 2011. I'm not even that. What country do you think I'm from? I just ruined it though.
I'm so like.
Just guess, man. Just guess.
Can this not? If I get it wrong, can this not be on the
It doesn't
podcast?
matter.
If I get it right, it can be on.
It doesn't matter because listen, I know what you're thinking. Black people say some crazy guesses. It's fine. I don't know what country you're from. I know you're from England.
You can give a very solid guess. You hear
but
me talk.
He literally told me where he was born and raised. I could have said you're Lithuanian. Your name could be Mas. I could have said that.
Oh yeah. This could be a false identity. I could be here on a wrong passport.
But obviously, like if he hadn't said where he was from, and you said that, why is he not Lithuanian? Like, what was there to tell him? What country do you think I'm from?
Are you Ghanaian?
I've heard that, but no, you're not gonna guess it anyway.
Probably
Like,
not.
some people don't even know the country, but they should, because your geography is just terrible if you don't. Oh, you don't even. You're gonna see. What country do you think I'm from? I'm not telling you anything. Why are you telling him? Because you're ruining.
Some clues.
You're ruining.
After one guess, give him another clue.
Okay, fair enough. No, somewhere in South Africa. Where?
One more guess.
Come on.
Let's see your geography.
It's not South Africa.
Let's see your geography,
It's.
guys.
You could get it. Okay, they don't know.
I'm definitely not.
I'm from Zimbabwe. I'm from Zimbabwe, guys.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. That was on the tip of my tongue.
Actually, I'm from Zimbabwe. He said Zambia is on they're the same country. They just start with Z. They got close though.
We should have put mics on everyone.
Yeah. Trust me, when I have my show, it's like I just start speaking to them anyway. Yeah. I don't know why yeah. But Wizkid, favorite Afrobeats artist. I'll be real. I was in Zimbabwe last summer. I was listening to Shake, like forgive. Because this album came out and it was so good. And like, for the scenery, when I was going to the village, I went to the village. Oh my God, you need to see the village. You need to go to the village, you know. Like, I feel like it would be a good like experience for like, because I've been to like England villages, because I have like, is the camera on or are we just talking normally?
We're just
Let's have a conversation.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Guys, I have like white grandparents in it. I don't know how to explain this. Like, I'm not saying it but listen, they're not my grandparents, obviously. But I call them my grandparents, but they're not my grandparents. But they just treat me and my brother like their grandchildren. So we always call them that.
Yeah.
And, like, I used to go to Devon, and the village is there, but it's not a village because they just have fat houses. Let's be real, it's not the same. Like, the village is in Zimbabwe, like I can't even sleep there for a day. But like, I'm not in a bad way. I wanna, but like none of my family members are even doing that either, because they don't. Do you know who it is to be in like the ghetto in Zim with your cousins and stuff, and like you're at like your uncle's house and stuff, and then I'm going like to where my grandparents lived. Yeah, nobody wants to come. What does that tell you? Honestly, they're saying that they can't stay there. I'm thinking, you look like, even here, like, what does that I was thinking, nah. But like, honestly, when I say straight desert huts, where's the bus? Nowhere. Like, if my parents, if you know them threats of, I'm going to send you back home, if they did, I don't think I'll forgive them, you know. If they did that to me in Central, I can't. Yeah. I'll just have to grind, all my life from there. Buy a plane ticket. First thing I'm doing is going to find them.
Yep.
I don't even know, but I'm not gonna get back because now it's crazy. But it's nice because it's like this farm area, but like huts, and like there's like different huts for like kitchen, like to sleep and stuff. But it's like a nice life. Like if you've always lived there and you do, this is what you think is good. They don't even like the Harare. They don't even want to live there. My dad had bought them a house, and no one wants to move. Like they like it. I don't know why, but it's great. Lovely, but yeah, it was nice.
So, this is a weird sort of tangent. My dad used to work around Africa.
Yeah.
He used to
Where?
travel like
Because
so many different countries. He
okay,
spent
to be fair, you used it in the right term. You know how some people say, "Oh, like where you going on holiday? Africa." Like,
oh yeah, I'm talking from a continental
yeah,
point.
that is
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He used to travel around all these different communities, and he was working with the UK government, and he'd end up. This is definitely not content, by the way. This is just weird.
Yeah,
Like,
so no,
but-
it's interesting because I can't lie. We're interviewing you. Why am I talking to myself? It's just
No,
talking.
it's cool.
Yeah.
It's calm. But this is like something that this is an enjoyment out of my job that I've actually got working with all of these different people from different backgrounds,
Yeah.
and because my dad used to work with the UK government, going around Africa, sorting out sort of storage solutions for their crops and grain, because
Yeah.
he comes from a farming background.
Yeah.
He comes
Ask your
and-
dad. Yeah.
yeah.
If he knows the country called Rhodesia and he's been there. That's what Zimbabwe used to be called.
Right.
But you know what, like, I can't lie. You know how, like, if my mum was here, the way she speaks, like, if you don't know what. But she thinks, like, you know, all that colonization. Everyone has to be beefing her, but I get it. And I'm going to say this point, don't put this in here because I would get to drag. But I can't lie, like, we get it. Like, obviously, people, like, were supporting Mugabe. They're like, I don't rate Mugabe though. He's flizzed. He like ruined. He was a dictator. But like say like the older generation, they thought yeah he got the country back. What did he do from you guys? He stole your money. You hyperinflation.
Yep.
You guys are poor. There's one time when I went in 2016, I saw like a note on the ground. Guys, the note said 10 million Zim dollars.
And it's the equivalent of like something.
Wait,
Yeah.
I thought I was. You know, I even put like I was wearing my shoes. Even when you put your like foot on top of it, yeah, so they were
yeah.
even with spits, I'm like, yeah, like I wear that. This is like 10p. Like it's just like, come on now.
For real.
He ruined everything. RP though, but I don't know. But anyway, I don't even know why I said that because I honestly don't. But like she said, like when it was Rhodesia though, like they came in and they were on their way to making this a good country. Like Zim was nice, like it was like a holiday destination, like as in they were even having railways. That place now, where are you getting train? Where's the train's gonna be? But there was gonna be like a train line, and I feel like the reason that my mum, like, it's a humbling experience though, because there's no reason for us to go back to the village really and truly, not in that way, but like because no one's there anymore. But I think she takes us there to just show like. Yo, like this is life, you know, like there's life in so many different ways, and I feel like it's a little flex as well because look at where I came from, look at where I am now, and it's not even somewhere crazy. But I always say if I did what they did, I need to be in Hidden Hills, like because it's like I don't feel I would be able to do the same thing with like if I was in a village. So long, man. How am I even gonna leave the country? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like maybe education. Education is the only way. That's the thing though. But back home, the only way to get out is education.
Gotcha.
So reality, because if you have education, you can go and work and go to another country, and it's like that's how it makes sense. But here, because me and my brother, because of the experiences that my parents came through.
Yeah. So your best achievement that you've done since song-wise working in the industry.
So you're saying the best achievement I've done song-wise?
Yeah, like your greatest song that you've been involved in and gone like, yeah, I've done this.
It's a real difficult sort of question. It's like I'm struggling to think because so many things are rolling through my head, because you can say like it's a difficult position from mainly as an assistant engineer, which is the majority of my experience anyway. You see so much different work, and you see it from a different position. You like there's one session that you might be working like a lot more on, and there's one session that you might be doing like next to nothing, but you, like the people that you're with are sick, and the people that and the stuff that comes out is really sick. So there's some sessions that
have more involvement than others,
like where you feel like you've done a lot more.
Yeah.
And I think that, to be honest, it's a majority of of the work that I've done has been. It's really difficult. Shit.
If I put you in a scenario of I don't know, your parents have come and they go, oh, what song? Because I get this a lot where my dad, when he comes into my room, he'll go, oh, what were you editing today, son? And I'll go, oh, I'm just doing this music video here, and I don't really go in depth with it. But if I had to, I don't know, if let's say I was doing a music video of Central C, I'll be like, I'm doing music of Central C. Yeah, it's cool. If you were in that situation, what artist would you say you've had a really good experience with, and you can say, I've worked with this guy, I directed this guy,
Okay, yeah.
We did
I
this.
don't know if I need to repeat that, given it's.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think so. There's been so many situations where I've been sort of like a fly on a wall for a session. That's been really like absolutely sick. And I've got to say, like, building relationships with long-term clients is wicked. So that's sort of, I really enjoy. I get a lot of enjoyment out of being like, okay, this producer's coming back, this artist's coming back, like, let's make sure that they know they've got everything that they want, and and then you can kind of get the best out of that session.
And
I'm like,
ready.
so there's just because I fucking love him, but P2J. So P2J comes in on all the Wizkid stuff and a bunch of so many other sessions, and he's like incredible producer, one of the best in the UK, if not.
What sort of songs has he produced?
Sorry. Who did you say? Sorry, P2J.
P2J.
Did he produce that Middle Lagos thing?
Yeah, he's done most of Wizkid's last album.
It's
He
from the
exec
UK?
produced the last album. He's UK.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
really good.
So,
Yeah.
like, when you're creating an atmosphere within a session where you've got people that you know, that you've been working with for years, and like, for example, him on a Wizkid session, like, my first ever assisting session was when I was like 18, 19, was a Wizkid session.
Wow.
Like, that's
That's the achievement, That's what
within the company.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so not necessarily like not talking like small sessions. The first time I felt like I was assisting a proper studio session was Wizkid with P2J, and I've seen P every other month since then.
That's so cool.
That's
man.
been such a like.
So there's a good relationship between you and the producer now. Like,
It's difficult because you never know. Like,
Cool,
these
you're
guys always see like
Yeah.
so many other assistants and so many other sessions.
Yeah,
so the
yeah,
idea of artists and producers like even bothering to remember names, but like I feel like I feel like that's good.
Yeah,
Place,
you should give a good place. Good place.
But then, like, in terms of like a technical point of view, there's been certainly more recently a lot more sessions where you're relied on for more stuff. Like, we do regular, so here at Metropolis, so we do regular like live shows. We do regular like live to vinyls, which is putting a band in one of the big rooms downstairs, mixing it live, and then sending it straight up to mastering, and then it's cut straight to lacquer.
Yeah.
So one of the engineers here, Alex, he's sick at what he does, and being in a position where I get to work on a regular basis, alongside my colleagues as well, on something that's a lot more, like, it's a bit more of a demanding session. Like, there's more stuff going on, there's more pressure on it because it's all live and it's with an audience as well. So that sort of, you feel a lot. Personally, I feel a lot more enjoyment. I get a lot more out of something that's more
involved. Yeah, 100. Yeah.
But then the other extent of it is again, when you're building relationships with people and building like return clients and people that start requesting you, that's like when you feel like when people come back and they go like, and you feel like you're more part of their project, you're more part of their story. There's like a couple people that have, more so in the last like couple of years, that I've been working with, and they've enjoyed the sessions that I've
Okay.
been on
Yeah.
with, and then it's
It's a good, yeah,
it's a
good
mad
relationship.
feeling. It's
Yeah.
a really weird, like, sort of,
Yeah,
for someone who doesn't like rate themselves too highly. It's
you're
like,
humble with it,
it's just
yeah. Even with this, you
trying
know,
to stay
yeah.
as humble as possible, but then someone going, "Oh, yeah,
Mm.
no, I want like
Yeah.
have you," and it's the most unsurprising, like most surprising people. Yeah.
Sounds like a big achievement to be in, like, with a
Yeah.
producer, you know, at the age of what, 19 you said? You know, that.
When I first
but-
started here, I was 18, 19.
18, 19, that's crazy.
And my
man.
first session, I think, was 19.
That's crazy. Oh, cool. Yeah. Sorry, are we continuing? Or?
Yeah. One more question.
This might be
Cool.
I don't know how this is going to chop up.
Yeah, it's gonna be one
Keep
difficult.
going,
Yeah,
don't worry.
because I'm trying to like.
No, it's gonna look
Such
all
a-
smooth. Don't worry.
Come
It's like a recording. So many takes, and then
Yeah.
you merge it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it like another example? So there's myself and actually one of my best mates who was engineering it. I was assisting him.
Yeah.
We were in this room with Heady One, working on a project and working with literally one of your best mates and
That
being
is-
in a position where they know your ability. He knew how much he could delegate to me. We were properly set up with him working here, me editing in the corner on a separate setup, and we were just properly
Bouncing
back
off
and
each other.
forth.
Yeah, that's what you need. You got a
And,
good
because
partner.
in fairness, the majority of my job I'm an assistant engineer, so I'm there to support whoever's engineering and step in whenever it's required, or like it happens less so on normal sessions, but when we're doing like long stints, if we're doing like 15, 16 hours, which is sometimes can be, then there's certain engineers that I work with on a regular basis that would turn around and go, "Oh, do you mind jumping in here?"
And then you
so-
just-
and
yeah.
you just sort of
Mix it
do
in as you go along, sort of. Okay.
as what's needed as and when.
Yeah. Solid. That is solid. Okay. Yeah, that's a good insight into what you do. I kind of wanted to get a bit more into that. So that's solid, man. Anyway, I'll go back to it.
Yeah.
I'll go back to it.
Last question.
No. That's not the last question, but I had another question.
Oh god.
But so where do you see yourself in the next like 5 years?
That's a difficult one. I've had my entire, obviously since I was 16, I knew what I wanted to do and I knew where I wanted to go, and I've already achieved far more than I ever anticipated setting out. So setting out to do so. I have stopped putting so much pressure on myself. So I don't have a 5-year plan. I'm kind of, which is an odd thing to say for someone who's
To be
been
fair,
so driven.
even the question in itself, I feel like I should rephrase that.
Mm.
What do you think is an achievement that you feel like what like the pinnacles you want to reach in your career? Like, what's something that you're going to feel like, yeah, I've done this? Or do you feel like you've just done everything at this point?
Honestly, I don't know where because I
You care about like an award for things that you've done and stuff. Would you like that?
I mean every
You
step
seem
of
like
this-
you don't even care. Like,
I know,
you
it's like-
just want to
because- but this
experience
is-
it. You just to do what I love.
This is the thing. I've got such imposter syndrome of being in this position of I never thought I would make it out of uni, let alone to be sat working in one of the best studios in the world.
To take it in.
Wow.
It's such like it's a privileged position, and this is, I don't know how I got here, but I know that I do work hard, and
You do.
that's
And I feel like you downplay yourself. You're humble. There's nothing bad. You are humble, you can tell. And it's not like forced. Like, it's just naturally, you don't want to say. Like, I know you have a lot of stories that you could have told even, but you're just trying to be.
yeah. I mean, there are a
What's
lot.
your
so-
worst experience? You don't need to say a name. You could just say, like, why it was the worst experience for you, like, assisting someone for sound production. It could just be, like, they just don't know what they're doing. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they could be an engineer, but they didn't really know. You realise they don't know how to engineer.
I mean, there's a fair few examples of bad days. Like anyone gets a bad day in the office, or you know. I think there's a fair few times where you're trying to appease someone whose standards are a little bit too high, and there's high maintenance clients. That's the nature of the industry, I think. Without, you know, which is, in fairness, it's just a challenge that you kind of, like, at least I see it as a challenge, and I see it as something that is only going to better me by coming out the other side. Although it's stressful at the time, there's plenty of times where you're in the thick of it, and whether it's a technical challenge that you've never met before, or if it's a client-based challenge that you've never met before, I think there's always points where you kind of get in your head, and I certainly used to do this when I used to do it a lot more when I was an earlier assistant, when it's certainly coming up across stuff that I've never seen before, or stuff I've never had to do before, and you get in your head and you sort of have this sort of brick wall moment of like, I don't know how to push through this, I don't know how to sort this out, how do I get through this? And then I sort of got to, I guess, a maturity where I started realising that if I think like that, I'm not going to get through it. I'm just going to be up against this brick wall, whereas seeing it as a challenge, of an obstacle to overcome, as opposed to something that's literally stopping you. I think that's how I kind of see all these things now. So yeah, there are bad days, and there are bad sessions. By all means, it's not a regular occurrence, but it still happens, and it's just.
I started smiling because I had another.
But it's just seeing it for what it is, and a learning experience, I guess, is my approach to that, if you know what I mean.
I think that's good for someone that'll be listening to hear as well. Well, the voice, guys, is back. It comes and it goes. I just wanted to see, before we started recording, you was typing. I wanted to see what you were going to finish typing. The song you were going to finish typing. And I want to hear on the speakers. It's not putting you on the spot.
No,
Joe.
I know.
I just want to know what you listen to. If it was Essence, it's fine. It's fine. You can play
it's what I listen to.
Yes. All of his classical music, but I wanted to see what you were going to finish after the Wizkid. Because you had a Wizkid song you were going to play before. You had Amy Winehouse.
I was going to play the Thames one.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with Essence.
I can't lie. That song is so
I am just a white boy. That's
good.
like,
Like I'm here.
I don't know why I was
don't
going to
know
hear.
for sure if it was.
Is it?
I don't know. Maybe.
Has Thames
But
recorded here?
Thames has been here, yeah, a fair bit. Mainly with other people. Like because she does the the choir thing.
I watched Thames, guys, and she was amazing.
Yeah, she has a good voice.
She's so lovely as well. She knows exactly she knows everything.
She seems like it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she seems like
That's a woman I want
she's
to
just like
speak
a
to.
nice
She popped
woman.
out
She's
of
a good
nowhere.
woman.
She did, man.
No,
Yeah, she was here. She
was coming up
with another client not too long ago. For
That's someone that's consistent on content.
oh shit! It was they were actually, I don't know if this could go on, but this was Wizkid preparing for the Tottenham show.
Yeah.
She was sorting out all the harmonies with a guy called Jay. Watching her work in a pressured environment on something that's got to go out by a set time is insane. Because already, like, you know, I've done sessions with her. She was part of the choir record for the Pot of Paper album that came out not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the name of it.
One with his teeth.
What did you say?
Pot of Paper.
Pot of paper.
Yeah.
Wait. How did we get here? Sorry.
No, so Thames was part of the choir on that one. She was sorting
For
out
the
all
Pot of Paper album.
Yeah. So she was here in
Yo,
Studio B.
that album was really good, you know.
Yeah.
Did you listen to it?
Yeah. Well, so I
Sorry,
assisted,
just
so I assisted a guy called Callum who was engineering the choir record for that.
Yeah.
And I don't 100% know if that choir.
You know, with that sound engineering, I feel like in music, you know, one of the best samples people take, and one of the best. If you're a rapper, you need to be good at sampling and making sure that if the beat isn't cold, your track is never going to be great. Like it has to be both. But I need to hear the start of the beat, and I can even tell if it's going to be a good song.
Oh yeah.
Do you get what I mean? It has to be. but like the choir sounds nice. Like
So
in production.
I don't know for certain how much of that choir was used, but she was here sorting out the harmonies, and seeing her like bounce off of, obviously I've forgotten their names, but the other people who are in her group of like her sort of cohort of incredible vocalists, seeing her bounce off of other people and witnessing her come up with all of the harmonies and all of these like the melody lines and shit that she's doing and under melodies, her understanding of music is insane.
Yeah.
Which is another thing that's like
Those
that's
are the
so
people that
sick
deserve
about
it
this
more
job.
than anything as well.
Yeah.
It's like you truly deserve it, and you truly like you. This is what you want to do.
Yeah.
And even in her concert, she explained her come up, and I like this was something different in a concert. I feel like artists have different ways to go about it, but you know how you can read on an artist or something, but she's saying it from her mouth, so you know this is what she's saying. This is the fact story, and she was just talking about how she moved from houses with like, her mom, and she was just trying to make it in what she wants to do, and she can never believe like because if you really like for her it's like she was in Nigeria, now she's here performing, she's been on tour, and this is just another place that it's like you have so many fans, everyone knows your lyrics. It's like this is crazy. Like look at where I've come from.
Everyone she
And it's-
works with
yeah.
is
And then Wait For You, it was her year. She had Essence. Essence is such a great song as well. It's like there was no problem with it if you played it. I love the song. But even with like the song with Future, Grammys, that got recognition in the Grammys. And you know what thing I realised? I think with Afrobeats I sang it last year,
Box one.
and I didn't want to take it in because I used to work for
Band of a man. Yeah.
a radio station.
Yeah.
For like, because obviously for experience, I need a community radio called the Beat Radio,
right.
Probably get black.
and it's the number one radio station in Nigeria, but it's they have the UK branch as well.
Yeah,
And
that's
like
all
even one of
I'm
the
getting.
presenters that I worked with, Douglas, he he interviewed Thames like early on in his career, and I feel like even though, as you can see, I do feel like I've been a bit unprofessional and I need to just straighten out, but it's a gradual thing. You can tell like when people know a lot about music, and it's like you're easy to work with. But if you know a lot about music, it's like you can do this. Like people can see it in someone when it needs to be in a certain place. That's how with some artists where they are today, you can tell when someone's not going to be a 1 year, and they're not going to be here for a long time, because it's like they really wanted to do it and they're here.
Yeah.
But as I was saying for Afrobeats in my interview, I told them that they didn't believe me. They even Nigerian, I was thinking, why are you not supporting? What I'm saying is true. Like it was just we had an interview. This is it. I had 2 interviews, by the way. The first one, I'll tell you about that after, but it's another. They made me come back, by the way,
This is a comedy
because it was
show.
so bad. Like, but yeah. And in the second one, we had a discussion, and he was just talking about like mainstream, what Afrobeats become mainstream, and you see how last summer what happened. My point got proven. Like no one can say after that. I said yes, it will, because it's just good music, and it doesn't matter if music is good, people will listen. Like it's not about, and they're like no, because it's the UK and it's like the predominant, like the people. I'm not so like I'm not Nigerian and I don't understand what any of these people are saying, but I'm still listening to music. It's the same thing for everyone else. Even like even Burna Boy's concert I went to recently, and my friends always get me like concert tickets for my birthday. My friend Kira got me the ticket. She's English, Kira. But yeah, it's like it's music. Like you're gonna listen to different kinds of music.
Yeah.
We all listen to types of music. But it's just the fact that Ashake breaking through was crazy. Because Ashake, straight native tongue, is straight native tongue. Like, you don't know what he's saying. But a good thing about Ashake is, am I right? Wait, are you Nigerian?
No,
Wait, Caribbean. It's hard now. The hair doesn't mean anything, you wouldn't even know. But like Ashake
that's my language.
He's praising God.
Yeah.
But I don't know what he's saying.
Right.
But I know Rama, I don't know what he's saying either, but
Yeah, that's my girls.
yeah. Don't, like obviously
It's my language,
the people
innit?
that do my hair, like
Yeah.
I normally have like
Shit.
my
Yeah, I was
Nigerian
born there.
aunties.
Damn.
I wasn't born in the UK.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I was born in Zimbabwe. Just putting it out there.
come on. Yeah, man.
But yeah, as I was saying, like even talking about Rama, like even people like Nara Mali, and it's like their music is so good. I had because if that music, like, I talk about music a lot, which is why this conversation. This conversation can last forever, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 hours.
But-
Definitely. It's gonna last, yeah.
But like you're just talking anyway.
Yeah.
Like you've got the content.
Guys, calm. We
But
got,
then you can-
yeah.
yeah, anyway.
It's going to be a good episode.
I've been lonely for long enough. All the niggas make sense since we're so apart. Running through the work, so I just been feeling
Officer wanna search me as far as I'm aware. I'm a civilian. I don't even smoke, but I still got my star dog. Send out the orders.
Why you keep phoning me? I'm bugging out. Don't know why you keep taunting me. This gon' go left. What can I do? Can control your emotions. To the time life's a process. She get the thing that made me lose focus.
Could you imagine your life without me in it? You'd be finished. I'm in the booth trying to make it work while you're on the block just going through spin it. That's why I ain't been there in a minute. Cleaning up the whole scene, so I just let that back.
Found the way to let my demons go. Found the way to get them out. Got a pen and pepper writing on my rhymes. Everybody used to hate me, now they wanna see me shine. Gotta get my money in, bodies on my phone. Stop your combo, I can never ping. When we sipping on this lean, voices in my head, but I never leave.